Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Okay, our guests today, including Corey Hirsch, who's standing by, are sponsored by Passant Motors. This spring, take a break from payments with the new-to-you vehicle. Learn more at basantmotors.com. Before we get to Corey, Delaney's OK Tire and Langley Inbox, also sponsor of the Old Man Cane, which I should have had out in the first segment.
Exactly.
Tim in Richmond, a spoonful of sugar may help as the Canucks season goes down. Mary Poppins reference there. I remember that part of Mary Poppins. Corey, pretty thrilled about this conversation. Canucks analyst on Sportsnet 650 as the Canucks lose 3-2 in overtime to Vegas Sunday afternoon. Corey, thanks for doing this again, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I am sitting outside in Squamish on my way to Whistler to go skiing. Lots of new snow. So I'm by myself, though. So if nobody sees me in like a day or two, send a search party.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
It's happened before. I've been lost on a mountain before. But I also heard you make the Mary Poppins reference, which is awesome. But here's the thing. My daughter was in the Nutcracker. Mm-hmm. It's kind of creepy. I never really understood it before.
Yes.
There's this old man with all these children. I don't get it.
Okay.
Right? It's time to change it up. This took a dark turn. Let's get to hockey.
It really did. But Ryan and I just had the conversation about how a lot of old shows and even nursery rhymes had that creepy element. But you're right. Let's
God.
Let's move on to hockey. Good luck on the slopes. Canucks can't win in overtime amongst their many flaws. Any theories there?
Well, I think, God, I don't want to single anyone out, but I will. JT Miller is either win or lose, right? He either goes for it or it's going the other way. And he wasn't on the ice for it, but it happened a couple times. The thing about that is that, you take a chance, and if you don't score, it's going back the other way, right? So I think it's just a bit of luck, right? Bo Horvat has a breakaway, doesn't score. And then, it's the odd man rush that you have to not give up. So if one guy's got to go in for the chance, two guys have to stay back. And the Canucks, they go all in. It's like, I'm going to get the winner. Screw everybody else, right? And it's, then you leave your goalie hung out to dry. But it's a little bit of a crapshoot too, the 3-on-3. But damn, is it exciting. Let's play 10 minutes.
Yeah. Corey, the bad starts, they're getting outshot 10-1, home ice, Vegas scores first. What is it? Like when you sit back, you got up for games at the highest level in junior in the NHL. You knew what you had to do to get ready for a game. What is it with the bad starts?
Yeah. I don't think I'm not going to say it's coaching. It's not. It's up to the players to be prepared. One is there's usually a bunch of reasons. One is that guys are it's up to them. Maybe they don't prep properly. Maybe there's something going on. The other is that I think they get a little bit nervous playing some of these teams because you're a bit of the underdog going into these games, right? When you actually should go the other way. You should just go all out. But they really, they give kind of a mental advantage to the other team in the first period.
Yep.
But, you don't need to give that up. You really don't. And they rely on their goaltender. It's not like they're not, trying in the first period. I'm not going to try in the first period, right?
Right.
That's, that's what I did, right? But my career is a whole different story. But no, these guys don't go out and just say, hey, I'm not going to try in the first period. We're going to let our goalie do it. It's usually between the years when something like that happens.
Corey, we haven't asked you because you haven't been on in a while, but there's a lot of chatter about the future of Bruce Boudreau. Is he going to come back or not? Or maybe the new regime wants their own guy. Would you want him back, Corey?
Yeah, absolutely. I would. He's done a great job with this team. Coaches like him have a bit of a shelf life because they use little tips and tricks to get guys motivated. So once guys catch on to that, it's kind of like but he's got some of those old school tricks. From what I hear when he signed, he was like, hey, I'll sign this deal with an option. If you guys don't like me at the end of the year, you get rid of me. If you like me, you resign. So I think he plans on coming back. That staff is pretty good. Brad Shaw's you've seen once Shawzy has taken over the defensive, the PK and that, how much better it got. So, that's sorry, I had a call coming in. My bad. They're just popular. Okay. Like people just, I get calls all day long. So no, I really don't have any friends. They're just trying to see if I'm okay in Whistler. So I would have him back. Brad Shaw has been an outstanding coach. I don't know if Walks is going to be back just because, you got to hit in the head with that puck.
Right.
I hope he's back. This staff is great. I hope they keep them all.
Corey, as somebody who is a professional hockey player, how do you approach the end of a season when you're playing out the string? What are the elements you have to focus on?
Did you say I am a professional hockey player or I was? You was.
Okay. You were. You're a professional skier now, as we all know.
Yeah, I try. Alberto Tomba, he's got nothing on.
Yeah.
What do you know what? The last 13 games for the guys that have contracts, sometimes they can float through them, right? And that's not what you want. There's usually no pressure once you're mathematically eliminated. The first 2 games into that are kind of like, this sucks. I just want the season to get over with. You get through that depression kind of start that you didn't make through those 2 games, and then the last 10 are usually pretty good. But as far as you got to throw those out as far as evaluation, the last 10, because guys will play better. Guys will play better than they should, just because they're fighting for contracts.
Yeah.
And there's no pressure, right? There's no pressure.
It comes down to personal pride at some point. Hey, Corey, I have to ask you this. What would your reaction be? And I know, back in the day, Peter Forsberg scored an infamous goal on you. But your reaction?
Here we go.
No, I know. I'm not asking you to talk on that. But what would your reaction be if somebody scored a Michigan goal on you? And what would you expect from your teammates looking back to the Jay Beagle incident with Trevor Zegras on the weekend? Convoluted question, sorry.
I didn't like the Jay Beagle. I didn't think that was cool. And I know Beagle, and he's just trying to, protect and his team and all that. However, if someone scored the Michigan goal on me, I'd be pissed. I would probably throw my stick at them. Could you imagine Hexie being scored on the Michigan?
Yes.
Oh, my God. He would go nuts. But I do. I think a team should go after a guy like that. I really do. I don't think, I'm not an advocate of violence anymore, but I think you got to go let them know, hey, not on our goalie, not in our game, and you do it again, and you're going to pay for it, right? So it'll make a guy think twice before doing it. It's not I don't consider it like a hot dog move or anything, but it's a little bit of an in-your-face to a team and a goalie, in my opinion.
Yeah. The score was 2-0, I believe, at the time that he scored the goal. So the result was still in question. Corey, there's going to be people who say, "Oh, Corey's an old school guy, old way of thinking." Yeah. Come on, you have to advance past that. Forget about the code. What would you react to that?
Yeah, I'm not saying you got to go beat a guy up. I'm not an advocate of, but you got to get in his face and let him know, hey, that's not cool, right? And if this is going to be a part of it, well, the old school mentality was. You're going to do that to us, we're going to go after your best player. So you decide what you want to do, right? That's the old school mentality. No, I'm not an advocate for violence or fighting. And I think it's stupid. I think the concussions we know. But I think you have to let them know, hey, you know what? That's not cool. In our books. And what it's doing is it's just protecting your team from losing, right? You're out there, you're trying to get guys to score as little as possible because that's how you win hockey games. So, yeah, that's my opinion anyways. Like it or not.
Yeah, no, fabulous. Well said. Whether you agree with it or not. Corey, thanks for the old school Alberto Tomba reference. I was going to go with John Claude Keeley, which would have been like in the 60s and 70s, but Alberto Tomba will do.
I was going to go with Steve Podborski.
Crazy Canuck.
Yeah. He was the best. He was the best.
He was the best, but hey, if people don't like my comments, I've been booed by 20,000 people. You're not going to hurt me, right? We know that.
You've never been booed by us two, ever.
We boo Rick.
No, I know. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Absolutely.
You're the best. Thank you.
All right. Safe travels. Have a good time.
Awesome.
Like I said, on the slopes, Corey. Thanks so much.
Yeah, send the search team if you don't hear from me. You guys know that, right?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Love you guys.
We're
Have a
on
good
it.
one.
Thanks,
Ciao.
Corey. Appreciate it.